Hello everyone, I'm Morbus Videos, otherwise known as More Central, depending on what day of the week and what video you're watching, and welcome back to the Morbus Videos YouTube channel. We're on OMSI 2 today. Did you like what I did with the intro there? Spruced up a little bit, provided a bit of variety. Where today, last time we drove this, I drove from Rye to Wanson bus station in the Optare Solo M920, so the 9.2 metres long Optare Solo. And I did say, oh, I'd like to drive the 347 with an Optare Solo as well. So remembering what the 347 is like, it is a slightly tighter route in parts. And my weapon of choice is the M850, so the 8.5 metres long Optare Solo that we're going to be taking on the afternoon peak time 347 service that runs from Wanson bus station to Rye. So we're doing it in the opposite direction to the 349, so a bit more variety there. And we're driving the 347 in a solo, so hopefully a nice mix. And we're driving in the lovely Mainline livery created by the very talented Mark Hodgkinson, who has been doing South Yorkshire related and Lincolnshire related repaints for OMSI 2 for quite some time. The registration of the vehicle Y256HHL reflects first South Yorkshire and partially Mainline 50236 that started its life with first South Yorkshire and ended it in Halifax, and it got transferred there with a sister vehicle being 50235, and both of them had quite a short life in Halifax before being withdrawn and scrapped. So never wore this livery, but if we have a little look inside, it's been replicated quite nicely. There's all the adverts up there as well that look really, really cool. So we'll get the vehicle all set up. I did already have the vehicle switched on because for some reason I forgot that I'd manoeuvred it. As per. I have inserted the module. The module didn't go in. Okay. That's one. Driver, no idea. It's been a while. I think is it this one? There we go. Yes, it is. There we go. Excellent. I forgot which bus I was driving. It's so easy to forget those sometimes. Number. Number one. Yeah, it's had some sort of. Let's just 700. There we go. That's a bit better. That's the wrong one. So trip number 2. There we go. Yeah, Smarden to Rye. Okay. We'll put some daytime running lights on as well. And we'll make our way round to the stand. So the route is just over an hour. Why is there a... Oh, I'm going to have to... I'll just have to move the time up slightly. Oh no, it's still not moving. Okay. I must go to the stand in front then. While everybody's waiting at the stand in front, so I'm going to take that as a... I mean, how close? I'm about to say I've got a front axle here. I can't get much closer. It does look... the Solo does look really, really nice in Mainline. And definitely a trick that was missed during sort of the introduction of Barbie was to keep some of these local liveries. I mean, obviously some were more well respected than others. For example, Leeds Citylink, as much as it was an absolutely stunning livery, doesn't have too much of a good reputation associated with it. I didn't expect it to slow down quite that quickly. So at the time that I'm uploading this, it's probably worth mentioning, if you haven't already seen, I'm hoping to put something up on the Ammo Central channel. But as you do, I'm going about my normal business. I had videos that I wanted to film. I have the afternoon off, regardless of what was going to happen. But at this exact moment in time, I am actually a bus driver in real life. A very, very, very strange thing to say. And I do feel that it might be the main subject topic of this video. But don't judge my driving in the simulator. The simulator is just, let's just absolutely gun it round. This is not how I would. Where is that? There we go. So we are going straight on then. This isn't how I would drive in real life. Let's just make that very clear. We'll put that one out of the way quite instantly. However, at this exact moment in time, I am now actually a proper full-on real-life bus driver. Just like Eamon's 85, who has just done the exact same thing. It's not coincidental at all, but he's done the same thing at the same time that I have. I'm just like him. I've managed to pass my category D bus driving. It's very, very exciting. There was a lot of hard work went into it. It didn't always go to plan throughout the course. However, a lot of time and effort and that lot and commitment went into it. I didn't tell many people I was doing it. So there's quite a lot of my friends who were relatively shocked. When I passed, but because they didn't think I was even doing the course to start off with. But I am now a fully fledged bus driver. So yeah, I don't know how this will affect the OMSI 2 side. I do still intend to, like a few friends of mine, I do still intend to do a bit of driving on OMSI. How much I'll be doing is another question. However, unlike quite a lot of people that I know, I'm not going into driving full time. I'm hoping to integrate it slightly into what to do with the Ammo Central channel. I've no idea how yet. Again, really haven't thought that far ahead. Cannot emphasise enough how I haven't thought that far ahead. However, I do want to integrate it in slightly. I feel, and I don't think there'll be that many of you who drive buses watching this. Might be, never know. But there is definitely an issue at the moment where there is a lack of bus drivers. It's quite common. I mean, it's an issue that in some parts has been rectified, but I would say on the vast majority hasn't. So it's something I wouldn't mind promoting, and obviously the different options for how you can go about about driving and where you can drive and how you can make it flexible and stuff like that, because I feel it is quite a mainline subject. It is something that does need to be discussed. Oh no, I thought you were going that way. The 10827 out in service. Fair dues. That's because I have just re-downloaded the MMC and I haven't done anything with the HOV files. You're gonna let me through? I'm gonna go back. I thought he stopped. It looked like he stopped. I should have known the AI better. So you won't get that in real life. The van. When the van in real life starts to slow down, the van tends to slow down and stop, especially when you're doing the overtaking. However, again, cannot emphasise enough. I'm still literally cannot emphasise that I have just done it today. It's not like I'm talking about this 2 days later. I've done this morning. I'm filming the video in the afternoon. It'll go out about a week after. That's the kind of level that we're on. So that's why I'm not particularly 100% with this, because I've just spent about 2-3 hours in heavy concentration mode. So, however, in real life, as I do say, if you've already committed a van, that would most likely slow down. I mean, it's not always going to happen, but. But I'd like to think in most circumstances they'd slow down. I'm about 5 minutes late. I've been that busy having a natter. See, what I like about Smarden is it's a challenge. I tend to find that I work a lot better during challenges than big open straight roads because I get bored. That's just my preference. How many people we will have on by the end of the run, knowing how edgy they are about this bus and not liking it, it's when you floor it round is another question, but we'll see. Oh, there's a person fading in and out of existence. Let's try not to take the curb out with this front axle. It's been a while since I've driven the Optare. I don't know if you'll have noticed over the past few weeks, I've not touched this bus at all in videos. And that's purely because I've been doing the driving in real life behind closed doors. And I just didn't want to, because obviously although the simulator itself is a simulator, I mean it is what it says on the book. It's not a real life simulator. You can help to demonstrate with the mirrors, sometimes other elements of driving, quite easily through this. However, with the Optare Solo having its axles in a different position and it being a shorter vehicle than what you can legally learn to drive in, by regulation, I decided that it was a wise idea just to not drive it. So this is like my little treat, because I wanted to drive the 347 with this bus for about 3-4 weeks, and I've just said to myself, I've been like, no, let's not. So that's also why the videos have been a little bit patchy lately. So I do apologise about that, but purely because I've been focusing on the real life bits. That I hope you'll all understand are a little bit more important than driving the simulator. Although I am back now, hopefully twice a week. I don't think we'll go back to the school. No, we don't, because it'd be the next stop. As in fairness, it's 4:20, so yeah, the school will have kicked out at 3. But it's an interesting experience. For anybody that wants to do it, I do highly recommend it. Highly recommend going for it. Because it is an interesting experience. I mean, if you've had a chance to drive buses on private land, on building sites, work sites, that kind of stuff, you'll find that it's a lot easier to get used to. A lot easier to get used to. If you haven't, it's not the end of the world. I mean, for the love of all heavens, your steering is not as loose as it is on a game like this, so do not take this for granted. However, driving something like this, you practice with your mirrors, and what have. I mean, if it's done in a cautious way. Oh, you're just going to drive through me. And the other van after's going to drive through me as well. Okay, I'm just going to move. Just going to hide while they all drive through me. There we go. The second one does. The second one turn around. Looks like it has. That's the only issue with the actual game, is you don't get the same sort of realism of that van had stopped to let you go if it saw you turning, or if it already committed, it squeezed past you, or something like that. So yeah, that's the only issue. Is in real life, you don't get. I have to go back a little bit because again, in real life, it would have been me having to mind out of the way. I'm gonna have to mount the curb. Lesson learned here: don't put cars on quite high level on Smarden. Because this will happen. But at least it's going to be an added challenge. I know, it's fine, it's just a curb. It's a wide bus, that's just a car. We're going to ignore that. There we go. Let's just pretend the last 2 or 3 minutes didn't happen, shall we? Well, they're not, because they've all got off, but it was a stop marking on the road, but blind spot created by that bar, I've got a chance. No, again, cannot emphasise, driving in a simulator, totally different to driving in real life. Totally different. I mean, I am discussing that while I'm driving one of the most difficult to manoeuvre rural maps with traffic level on quite high. So, put that into consideration. I have rarely put myself against it. But, and we're only about 15 minutes into the route. Although I have caught up my time though, so that's good. I've caught up my time. Go over to the left. Why drive? Why? Oh. Why drive through me? Yeah. Note to self, do not have traffic level on full on this map. It's not even on full, it is like medium, but I'm going to have to get to this next bus stop. I'm going to turn it down because there's going to be parts of this route I'm just not going to get round. Look with all of these cars. Like, it's not... If the AI was a little bit more intelligent and moved across or waited for you or anything like that, it'd be fine. But because it doesn't... I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice to have a small bus and not that C200 that I took on here last time. But even then, it's like here. Again, the roads in real life are friendlier than this, so it's quite a nice simulator to go on because you'll be like, oh, people are actually quite nice. I do hope I'm going this way. I kind of didn't really check the sign. I just saw the left sign and went through it. We'll find out at the next junction, I think. Here we go. Now we go straight on here. Excellent. And we got another narrow section of road. Let's really, really hope we don't meet anybody. Almost instantly this is a bit better. Nice and quiet. Nice and quiet on the roads, that's what we want. I'm not a particular fan of all these parked cars. There we go. I'm back out of that village. How are we doing for time? We're actually only a minute late, so that's good. I'd set off, I think it was about 4 or 5 minutes late after I'd finished explaining the veg of the vehicle and all of that lot. So we're doing okay for time. And I think we start at this point to climb up the mountain and then go for all of the associated villages. Who have we got on? We've got 2 very brave souls still on board. But no, it definitely has made a difference turning the car level down. There are still cars about, but turning the level down, I think, has made the game go, hang on a second. Let's actually be a little bit nicer. I think I know where this drops us, to be fair. So I do need to actually keep on the accelerator. Because I believe this goes up to the hill junction, and I know that quite a few buses can't do this. Let's actually see how good of a screenshot opportunity this is. Is it okay? Oh no, bear with. If we go a bit further round, that might do it. There we go. That'll do. Oh, that does look nice. Okay. I am swayed by the livery, but it does look quite a nice screenshot of that. So let's keep going up this hill. Try and get to the top. Because I'm concerned the little AT545 is working very, very hard to try and get us up here. And I know that it does get even steeper. It does look really, really nice in the interior on this. Like every little thing, including the cab door. And then we do go back up, but I believe beforehand we go into a little village. Go into a little village and double back on ourselves, if memory serves me correctly. Oh, we go up here. I didn't expect this. See, it's been a while since I've done this route, so I have forgotten about elements of it. Again, very, very glad I've taken a solo on this. Very glad. So hope I stay that way with this hill. As long as it makes it up, I'm not bothered. In what gear, that doesn't bother me, as long as I do actually make it up. There we go, it's found some more guts. It doesn't sound happy, but it has found some more guts. See, this is what I like about these routes, is if you've got a bus that you know will go up hills, it won't be one of these that stops midway up and starts crawling. If you know it's got the power to go up the hills, and you know in OMSI physics it'll actually go up. I mean, this map is absolutely stunning because you've got all of these challenges. I mean, in the back of your head, you know full well that it is going to get up. You're not going to have an issue, you're going to be fine. And it's quite nice to just know that you can drive all of these routes. We don't actually stop here. However, you've rang the bell that early. I'll let you off. Just to demonstrate a lovely hill start in this bus. If you also notice, I've changed the indicator chirps. If you've noticed, so we now have proper indicator chirps. Do not stop on hill. Of course, we'll try not to. Come on. There we go. The steering, I needed the steering. I was like, I don't want to stop. However, the steering was required. Because as much as I don't want to stop, I also don't want to hurtle through a wall. Well, if you're going to drive straight through me, that's fine with me then. They do like to drive through you in this. Really do on this one. I've never had it before. I've had this many cars just sort of hurtle through me. But as long as we get to the end of the route and we're okay, that's what matters. We're okay, and we potentially still have people on. I mean, I'm not how sure that's going to be, but you never know. They seem to be brave enough. And I will believe we're going to that village, I think. Feels like World Rally Championship for buses does this.
My word, this is
there we go, that's the second to last person. We've got one more person. That was because I slightly curved it going round there because I wanted to keep the speed up and misjudged the turn ever so slightly. Again, take some time to get back used to driving a solo. I mean, you watch other people's videos and if they're driving them on maps like this, they will curve the bus. either by accident, like back there, going around that turn, because I've forgotten that I don't have a front overhang, or sort of by purpose for going round the tight bend, and the only way that you can get around is slightly curving it. But the problem is the people on the bus don't like that. Because in real life, although they'd realise it was an Optare solo and the wheels are different, and they'd look and go, okay, we might have to curb it a bit. On this game, they don't get that because it's all AI. All AI people. Oh, this is the bit where we go. On here, isn't it? Let's try and get across this bridge before anybody shows up, because I absolutely hate trying to pass anybody on this bridge. Now, the last time we drove down here, I did slightly misjudge my speed, so I'm gonna a little bit, and then I am going to actually slow it down a tidge. This reminds me a little bit of Grossmont, does this? There we go, and here we are. Callback that is actually where the passenger wants to get off. And we are 5 minutes early. Crikey. Let's just have a breather, I think. We are pretty much halfway there now, so it's not too bad. A nice halfway mark, a little bit of a break. Never goes amiss, but we are now halfway there. So that's good. And then we've got to try and get back out of the estate. So I'll move the time forward in a second, and then we can crack on again. There's no time like the present. So let's, how early are we? 3.5, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I find if I leave slightly late, I don't have to wait as much time for places. I did forget just how narrow it is here. I remember with the C200. I remember it being a challenge, this estate, but I had forgotten just how much. Although for something like this, something dinky enough, I mean it's alright. It's not like that C200 where we're driving down here and going, oh my goodness. This is a little bit nicer. Now this is the bit that it doesn't like, because we get to flow of it going all the way down, but it's not as quick going up. Whether I like it or not, the vehicle doesn't particularly get as quick going up the hill. Especially if I have to slow down. There we go, we're getting a bit more power now. Now you say I can fit with a car, but I'd rather not. Oh, and another one? Always the way. You do very well going in one direction, but never in the other. We'll end up wiping out his mirror again, because he's already scuffing his mirror on bricks. Let's just go before any others can pull in. I must say I do more enjoy going down this hill than up it. Can't say I'm a particular fan of going down that up that hill, because it's a lot slower. Oh, we're about bang on time, to be fair. Not doing too bad for time at all. And I believe we are nearly out of this main area and nearly right. So I'm definitely glad that when you do your driving test route, it's not on a route like this one. That is safe to say. That's second exit. Okay. It's still kind of pretty. Although one thing I do really like is darting around all of these estates in a little solo. It is really cool. Because it is agile enough to get around them. I mean, obviously the odd curb has to be mounted. You can't really help that, but it is nice. There's nobody here, and it's a minute, so I'm gonna make a move. Because why not? Third exit. That's one, that's two. And there we go, third exit. And we must be near the near Rye. I always remember that as being quite one of the first things you see after you leave Rye. So I can't be too far off now, surely. Well, we might have the other village go through. I can't remember with this 347. It's been so long since I've done the 347. I honestly cannot remember what's to come on the service. So right, the branding in this looks amazing. I mean, the little Mainline welcome aboard, the region's favourite. It was quite cool. You've got to remember that Mainline was around during deregulation. So basically, when it was SYPTE, they had to change it from SYTE, South Yorkshire Transport, to a separate name, and they chose Mainline. The idea behind it is they had to deassociate everything to do with the council when running the company. And it was run as a competitive source. It was Mainline, and Mainline didn't last too long. It got acquired with a part share ownership by Stagecoach and First Group, and then Stagecoach sold their share. Later they would return with the acquisition of Yorkshire Traction Group in 2005, 2006, might have been 6. Goodness, time does fly. I think it was December 2006. It was something around that time. It's December of some sort, but they definitely still got some old 6-plate B7s under the Yorkshire Traction Group name that had previously been ordered. So I know that much. So yeah, they'd later return, but first took over Mainline and have made it into First South Yorkshire. Got to remember as well that Mainline did have a subsidiary, I believe, in Norfolk, and ended up setting up a small operation in Norfolk. Did Mainline, didn't last too long, but they did also run a subsidiary there. Although Yorkshire Traction Group were a lot better at running subsidiaries. I mean, for example, they had Lincolnshire Road Car, Strath Tay, Yorkshire Terrier. They had absolutely all sorts of different operations. Like, it was pretty awesome. So that's sometimes what a lot of people forget about when they acquired Yorkshire Traction Group. It wasn't just Yorkshire Traction in Yorkshire, but they acquired their entire Lincolnshire business. So pretty much, bar the odd local council-owned companies that purchased, like Hull, the Yorkshire Traction Group acquisition allowed them to take on the entirety of the Lincolnshire network, that's now become Stagecoach East Midlands. So they've not actually run that long. A lot less longer than you would initially think. I also did forget about this section on the 347. I'm quite sad I did, because it is quite a nice part of the route. A bit different to what the 349 does at this point. Obviously the 349 is the mainstream run, the 347 only does I think 2 trips a day. So this is quite nice. I will actually get a screenshot here, I think, because it does actually look pretty cool. And you don't tend to get to drive on here that much, to be fair. What was I had an angle then, and I really liked the angle. Let me try and find it. Might it have been that one, to be fair? I think it was. There we go, that'll do. And they've had to put all the arrows quite low as well. No, I absolutely love this with shrubbery. I'm a big fan of anything like this on the simulator, especially when the bus only just fits. I think it's cool. Let's ignore the fact that we are eating shrubbery to the left. Just have to ignore that. Yep, now that stopped. You can't even see anything. There we go. So how early are we now? Another 4 minutes early again. So I'll have to find somewhere possible to pull over, I think. I mean, it's safe to say we did drop the last passenger off at like the point that they wanted to get off. They didn't get off because they were complaining about the front axle on the curb, but they genuinely wanted to get off. Now, if there's a car that's just come down there, I really want to get down here before something else shows up. Again, very, very glad I turned the car settings down at this point, because this would be an absolute nightmare otherwise. And don't get me wrong, in real life it can be. However, on these kinds of roads, you're not going to have the same amount of cars that you get on a city map, for example. It's just not going to happen. Don't like surprise turns. Come on, I'm gonna have to brave it. Just curb that, because otherwise I'm not gonna get round on that. I'd have preferred if I'd have known that that were going to be a U-turn in advance, I'd have gone forward and reversed in rather than reversing out onto the road. But again, it has been a while since I've done this route, so note it for next time. Yeah, I thought we went over that bridge. Yeah. There we go, that makes a wee bit more sense now. That car was like that scene in Mr. Bean, where Mr. Bean's holiday, where he's stuck in toilet, and there's that little motorcycle comes from like a distance, and it takes forever to get there, and it prolongs and prolongs and makes it feel like it was hours to get there. That was that car coming down the road that I waited for. And I mean, waiting there that long, I could have probably gone and still managed to tuck in, so he could have got past. So we are 6 minutes early, but I believe we are about to arrive at the terminus. There we go, okay, slightly too early on that last section, but these things happen. So yeah, that was the 347 service. We've done it in less than an hour, goodness me. Absolutely gunned it round that. Love the little boss, the Optare Solo. You can buy it on Steam. It's made by V3D. You can buy it on Steam. I will leave the link in the description below. So if this video has tempted you to purchase it, I mean, if you do like Smarden, you have Smarden, you enjoy driving on Smarden, it is the perfect bus. I mean, there's no other way to put it. But for now, though, if you have enjoyed this video, do be sure to click that like button so that more people can find it and enjoy like you have. And if you haven't already, do be sure to subscribe to the Mobus Videos YouTube channel for more content like this from the simulation section, as well as an archive of nearly 6,000 backseat and engine-focused public transport videos from the UK and beyond. With buses, trams, trains and more, there's something on there for everyone. Additional 21 videos added each week, alongside the 2 OMSI 2 or other transport simulator videos you will see. Once again though, I would like to thank you all for watching. I really hope you've enjoyed this one, and I will see you all in the next video, mate. Goodbye for now. Bye.